Alright guys, we're going to start with our fitness for day 15 of the June Prepare Like a Pro challenge. Today's going to be quite a challenging workout. We'll do a 5-minute prep for the workout, and then the workout's going to be a descending ladder with 10 burpees, and then you do double the amount of the squats. So you do 20 squats, go down to 9 burpees, 18 squats, and so forth. We're going to work our way down to 5. And obviously 10 squats. Okay, so see if you can stay with me, beat me. We'll move at a pretty fast pace, or at least we'll try. For the warm-up, we're going to do 3 rounds of 5 push-ups and 10 slow squats to warm up the legs. So just start in your position that you're comfortable with. Set up your space. Obviously we don't need any equipment for this, so we'll just go first round. 5 seconds, set your hands, set your feet. We'll start with those 5 push-ups. We're just going to work on a slow tempo, chest to the ground, and we're going to work on a narrow grip push-up. So shoulders are, hands are shoulder width, elbows are wrapped in by the ribs. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Go for it, slow on the way down, touch the chest, and control the way up. Good. Up on your feet. We're now going to 10 squats. Feet are shoulder width. Just outside shoulder width, sorry. Toes out. Push the big toe down and create an arch with the foot. We're going to go slow like the push-ups on the way down, and control on the way up. Squeeze the glutes. While we're doing this, we're just driving our knees out, screwing our feet into the ground, so we've got active feet, active hips. 5. Keep it slow and controlled. Last one. Good. Second set to prepare the shoulders, we're going to go wide stance, so outside shoulder width now. Elbows going out wide. Set your feet, ready, set and go. Same tempo as before, just elbows out wide now. Just prepare the shoulders for different ranges. Slow on the way down, slow on the way up. Finish off that set of 5, then back up on the feet. This time the set of squats are going to be directly in line with the hips, so narrow squat, a little bit more demanding on the ankle range for this one. So we're going to come, still sit the hips down, but try and get the knees over the toes. Working the quads a little bit more. Slow on the way down. And drive up a little bit faster than the set before. That's 5. Last 2. Good. Last round, go for the shoulder hands, set at whatever stance you would do for your burpee. Okay, so same stance. For me, I'm going to do it about 45 degrees, so in between the two that we did before, in between narrow and wide. I'm going to go for 5 slow controlled push-ups. Start when you're ready. With the same position, I'm going to do the burpees. Very good. Last set of the squats, we're going feet out wide now, working the groin hip flexibility. It's called a Cossack squat, so we're going to squat down. That's 1. Stay low and squat your weight to the other side. So shifting our body weight. Really focus on driving the knees out, so opening up the groins. A lot of hip mobility required with the burpee. So we're going to be nice and mobile. 6. And last 2. Very good. Okay, last piece of the warm-up. We're just going to exaggerate the burpees. We're going to do 3 burpees as fast as we can with a high jump at the top, just to get the energy up and to get the intensity going. So basically that will look like this. You come, jump down, jump up, and then jump up high. Reset. Go for 3 of those in your time. Ready, set, go. Big jump at the top, land, reset. Last one. Very good. Okay, so a reminder, we're going to start with the burpees, 10 burpees, go straight into 20 squats, then we go to 9 burpees, 18 squats, 8 burpees, 16 squats. We're going to work down to the last round is 5 burpees, 10 squats. This is for time. Okay. Here we go, starting in 10 seconds. Really important to keep breathing throughout these high intensity workouts. Short, fast breaths. Ready, set, and go for it. Into the 9s. Squats. Keep the intensity up, guys. Short, fast movements. Number 7. 2.5 minutes. Squats. approaching last round. Here we go, last one. Nice, 4 minutes 12, keep going if you're still working out. If you've been finished or you just finished, line your back. We'll just start doing the legs side to side. Stretch out the lower back. Let the heart rate recover. So short, fast breaths when we're working out at that pace. And now try and slow your breath rate down. Change legs if you're stretching. Keep working hard if you're in the workout. Chest stretch. We'll be starting with yoga in a couple of minutes. So chest stretch, elbows at 90 degrees, hands up, and just looking over to our opposite shoulder that we're stretching. Stretching out front of the shoulder and the chest. Seconds, 3 good deep breaths. And change sides. Flip the leg over, look over the opposite shoulder. Last one, and lat stretch, so knees out wide, and then stretch out the whole side body by leaning the hands over, creating a C shape or arch-like shape from our hip to our shoulder. Should feel the stretch through your QL and lats. Sides, create that arch shape, C shape. Good, that's our fitness component of day 15. I'm going to hand you guys over to Monica now for some yoga. Enjoy. Thanks for joining us.
Everyone. That sounded like an intense workout. I thought we'd follow up with just some kind of sweet hip stuff and some deep hip stretching as well. So let's just start on all fours this evening. So coming onto all fours, and as you inhale, take your left leg back behind you, put a big breath in, and then exhale, draw your left knee up to your left shoulder. And this one you think big circle, so the knee comes in towards the midline, and then take it back. Knee to left shoulder. Just really big circles. And the idea here is that you're going slow and that you're really discovering these outer ranges of movement. All right, last one there. Left knee, left shoulder. Let's take a big step. Left foot on the outside of your left hand. And then left hand just grabs a hold of the top of the left knee, and we're going to circle this leg around in space. So press out. Feel into that outer range, press the knee towards the midline, roll to the inner line of the foot, and then we'll continue this big kind of circular motion within the left hip joint. And you're using your hands to kind of lean into the outer corners there, so finding lots of space. The next time that you press the left knee out to the side, let's just slide the left elbow down and squeeze the elbow into the knee, press the elbow back, so knee to elbow, elbow to knee, pressing into the back leg, and seeing if you can just move your pelvis to the floor and start to beam your chest forward and up. And then pulling left hip back in line with right, you should be really feeling that now. Holding there for 2, back leg is heavy, chest is up. And then as you release, place your hands down, so we'll take a big step forward with the right foot, finding Malasana squat, pull the feet apart, and exhale, sit down into your Malasana. Hands come together to touch at the center of the chest. And I just want you to close your eyes down and visualize that you have a pen on the tip of your tailbone and you're drawing a circle on the floor. So you'll be using these tiny little muscles that connect into the base of the pelvis to create that circular motion, also the deep abdominals. So just circling around in one direction, and then circling the pelvis around in the other direction, and just seeing if you can unravel a little bit of the tension there. And then we'll come back through center, and as you exhale, finding a deep forward fold. Now you have 2 options. You can take your hands behind your head, or if you have hair, you could grab a hold of your hair. I know this sounds funny, but it feels really sweet. And then use your arms to pull your hair, your scalp towards the floor, which will assist in this decompression of the spine. So no hair, all good. You just grab a hold of your head and pull it down. You can do this yes action, or give it a go, pull your hair, grab a hold and draw your hair down. And just notice there this floating action, the sensation through the cervical spine. All right, now that we all have very funny hairdos, let's place the hands down to the floor and simply step back. Knees come down to the floor. Inhale and open through the chest, big breath in. And exhale, curled around. Inhale, unravel, heart leans forward. And exhale, curled around the spine. Let's come into a neutral position. Right leg extends back behind you. We take it out to the side, big circle as it slides in towards center, and then back out again. So as you do this movement, I just want you to think biggest circle that I can make with control through the right leg. So if you feel like it's easy, just go slower. Yeah. Using all of those outer lines of the legs to find the movement. And the next time that the leg comes out to the side, We'll step the right foot to the outside of your right hand. Now this is a long stance, so you may need to slide your left knee further back. Right hand to right knee, and again, we'll find these circles. So big kind of circular motions there. It's okay if the sole of the foot lifts off the floor. We're just going for the largest range possible. Using your hand to encourage the biggest range accessible in your pelvis. So you're kind of leaning into those edges, hunting out for more space there. Important to not only go out, but also to press in. So we're pressing internally. It's usually a point where we feel a lot of restriction. Okay, next time that the knee does press out, let's pause there. Slide your elbow down to the inside of your knee. Press out, squeeze the knee into the elbow, and press your chest forward. You're gonna roll this left shoulder down your back, press into the left leg, and hold there 3. Imagine pulling your right foot, right hip back in line with left, and then moving your whole pelvis to the floor. Final exhale. Both hands plant down to the mat. We'll step the left foot forward to meet your right. Okay, inhale, big breath, and as you exhale, sit down. I'm just going to face you so you can see into Malasana. And then we're going to see if you can start to guide placing your left hand on left knee. Left knee comes down towards the inside of your right foot. So again, we're working with internal rotation. And then exhale, press left leg out. Inhale, left knee towards right foot. And then back through center, exhaling, pressing out. 2 more. And then we'll switch sides. So take the left arm out in front, take your right hand to the outside of your knee, right knee in. Ooh, this one feels a little bit tighter on me, pressing out. So you're just working with your range, and it might be like here, so that's all good. And then pressing out. We'll just do 2 more. And it's really an exploration. So if you find some spot that's like a little bit sticky, like you just might stay there for a second and breathe in. And find exhales to soften. Cool. All right, press that right knee out. And then once more, we'll lift the hips. We're coming into a forward fold, but turn your feet out. So if they weren't already facing out, they're now turning out to the side like little duck feet. Bend your knees, slide your fingertips forward, and I want you to think like mini down dog. So you shift your hips back like you're sitting onto a wall that's behind you. Feel free to have the knees deeply bent. And then move your hips from side to side. Press into the outer lines of your feet. You will feel that stretch extend up the outer line of your leg. And what feels really nice here is like a figure of 8 movement. So as you come to the left, you can circle around, moving the pelvis to the right, little circle. Alright. And come back through center, turning yourself to face the front of your mat or space. We're coming into pigeon pose right side. So right foot walks over to the left. Bring the right knee down to the floor. Left leg is long. Inhale, press down with the left leg. We'll do it like a cobra action here. So we inhale, lift. And then exhale, chest down. And then inhale, lift, get long, and exhale, bring the belly, the chest, and the head to the floor. And the last round, lifting up, get as long as possible, slide that right hip back, and exhale, coming down slow. We're just gonna spend 3 breaths here in pigeon pose. You can definitely be up a little bit higher. As long as you're feeling a stretch in your outer right hip, that's right where you need to be there. Okay, so final 2 breaths. Keep anchored through the back leg, left kneecap pointing straight to the floor. And it's really like you want to press your left leg straight down into the mat. Final breath out. All right, lean over to the right hip, left leg swings all the way around, seated spinal twist. Left hand comes back behind, right arm to sky. If you don't have both sits bones on the floor, lengthen the right leg forward. Right elbow outside left knee, let's lift, inhale. Leverage against the knee as you look over the shoulder and twist. So we always want to twist a long spine, so think lifting out of the floor, crown to the ceiling, and then finding a deep twist as you exhale. All right. Then coming back through center, place your left foot to the outside of the right side of the mat. We'll just lean over to that left side and sweep the right leg around. So we're on pigeon pose on the other side. Back leg is straight back behind your hip. You'll notice if you're tight, the right leg will like wing out to the side, so make sure it's straight back in line with the right hip. Left hip pulls back, and we'll start these movements. So it's like a flowing movement. So I want you to think like a wave in the spine. Inhale, lift. So we know that hip mobility and like fluid spinal movement, or the full range of spinal movement, is so interconnected. Inhale, lifting up, breath in. And then as you exhale, it's like you're draping, you're laying yourself out over your legs. And then finding as much space as possible. You might be here with your hands holding your head, and maybe the forehead's all the way down. Do 3 breaths. And finding the shape on your own. After your next exhale, let's walk your hands back towards left shin. Lean over to left hip and sweep the right leg all the way around. Right foot to the outside of your knee if you're modifying, right? A lot of us will be. Right hip and left hip need to be on the floor. We lift through the spine, exhale, twist, left elbow. If you need a little bit more, outside right knee. With the knee, the right knee presses back to the right. Yeah? And then we lift through the chest and seeing if you can rotate into your upper back. So keep rotating higher and higher in the spine as you pull your belly in. And direct your breath up to the back of the belly, the back of the heart, and then twist there. Final exhale. Back through center. We'll find a forward fold to finish. So if you're someone that's quite flexible, bring your feet together. If you need a little bit more space, just feet as wide as your hips or a little bit wider. Inhale, find length, lifting up, and then exhale, just folding forward. Now you can hold onto your feet. This is quite nice if you can drape your wrists over your toes. Maybe you're just holding onto your legs and folding down. And we're here for 5 breaths. See if you can imagine pressing the backs of the legs to the floor, and it's as though you're trying to extend your 6 bones behind you. And you'll notice how much more space you get in the spine when you do that. Final breath in, and exhale, folding down. Alright. To finish, the hands will come back. We'll do reverse plank pose, so hands turn the same direction as your body, shoulders back, and just lifting up here for 5. Re-engaging the back chain for 3. Point the toes, lift the hips, and then exhale all the way down. So crossing the legs, arms to sky, big breath. Exhale, hands come down right at the center of your heart. Let's find a big breath together. And an open mouth exhale. Thanks, yogis. Happy evening. And